need to prepare mentally for this as well.
I'm going to try and fry my PC today. Let's listen to the watch together.
Okay. Yeah, Liv says she hopes her sacrifice will be for something. I hope so too. I'm not sure if I would call it a sacrifice. I mean,
it was more of being put down than a sacrifice.
Okay.
So, Jack, Sheev is still alive, no? Or
yes, Sheev is still alive.
Physically.
Currently, as of right now.
Mentally. I mean...
Yeah, physically, yes.
Yeah.
In the basest form, you are still technically...
Yes.
Existing.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so let's, we're good to jump into things here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
New theme?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's go.
Hey.
Oh.
Session 44. Last time that we met, YouTube, if you haven't watched it yet, please go watch it, especially the last, 20 to 30 minutes, because shit hit the fan. You guys started with developing a plan to go see the mage Aebalan. Sheev and Aebalan had some communication back and forth. He is a very powerful mage that lives in Port Surak at the Crooked Tower. And you guys had an encounter with a Myconid pirate ship, Mushroom People pirate ship. Probably maybe about a week ago from game time. You ran into them on your way to Port Surak. They told you they were also heading there to kill the mage, Aebalan, because he stole something called the compost stone from their home. Sheev had reached out to Aebalan about this. He had been kind of aloof and awkward about answering Sheev's questions via magical communication. But you guys nonetheless decided, let's just go over there, check out what's going on, see what his status is. It sounded like he had some type of experience with the Myconids already, that they had attacked him and he was not in a good position. So you guys decided to go see, maybe we could help him out a little bit. On the way there, you guys went past Chestnut Hill, which is kind of a landmark in Port Surak, where you guys caught, I think it was Leo who caught in the trees moving back and forth, a tiger. Most of you decided to keep moving, but Ulric, being from Ingnasia, knew how valuable tiger skins are. Some of you knew also how endangered tigers are in this world in Root Coast, that they're not common and that they have been hunted for their skin, so it's pretty rare to see them. But Chestnut Hill is one of these places in the world that is kind of known for still having a small population of them. So Ulric went off on his own, while the rest of you continued forward to see Aebalan. Aebalan's Crooked Tower involved some strategy to get inside. Since Sheev could fly, he could kind of go up and over this Crooked Tower to get inside, but there was magical means used to come in through a fireplace. You guys had to get this powder from him in order to get inside. But when you guys got inside, Aebalan, to describe his character a little bit, he's a little bit standoffish. He is a little bit awkward and definitely was immediately very clear that he hated the nightwalker Shadat. And he was very clear about his opinions on the fact that he thought that Shadat was basically the worst person that anyone could possibly make a deal with. Entree Valanthe, our warlock who had a deal with Shadat. And Leo at one point had also had a deal with Shadat, the nightwalker shadow patron. The conversation was going okay. It was already escalating a little bit, but as soon as Valanthe came into the room, Aebalan refused to talk about pretty much anything until she left because of her connection with Shadat. As you guys have known through your adventures, saying Shadat's name 3 times summons him. So he did end up getting summoned through a variety of people saying his name, but mostly Aebalan doing it. And Shadat ended up connecting with Valanthe after she was kicked out of the Crooked Tower. You guys discussed the compost stone and why it was so important. Aebalan advocated for the fact that it is going to help protect people when the Oxidus root may explode because of Shadat's influence of destabilizing the gods, killing everybody and everything. So he was basically saying that the world is going to end and the compost stone is the only thing that will be able to protect us from that. You guys went back and forth quite a few times with this topic. He is not the easiest person to talk to. You asked about other alternatives and like, what if you guys were to become gods, if that would help this situation and help to stabilize the Oxidus root, the life force in Root Coast. And Aebalan said that he didn't think it was a bad idea to pursue this. Meanwhile, as that conversation was going on, Valanthe walked outside to see Ulric returning with a tiger on his shoulders. A dead tiger on his shoulders. Well, unconscious.
Unconscious, yeah. Yeah, and tied up.
Strangled out tiger on his back. And she saw him coming back, and they had a little bit of an interaction outside, and then Valanthe's eyes went dark, and she was called to Shadat's throne room, where Shadat encouraged her to kill Aebalan. Shadat said that Aebalan was going to be a problem, that he was going to try to fight them, and that she should kill him. When Shadat sent her back into her body, Valanthe didn't really hesitate in terms of what the next plan was. She was going to kill Aebalan. And she sent a message to Sheev, letting him know that she was coming back inside. And Valanthe and Ulric went inside the Crooked Tower, and things escalated quickly. Aebalan was already paranoid and hesitant about Valanthe, and as soon as she showed up with a little bit of hostility, he ran. You guys rolled for initiative. There were some spells thrown out, one by Ricard to try to suggest Valanthe to go back to the boat, which Sheev counterspelled to protect Valanthe. Leo used Sanctuary to protect Aebalan. But by the time Aeharad's turn came around, he just teleported out of view. He disappeared. And the next person to go was Ulric. And Ulric claimed that
Did
Valanthe...
what Ulric does best.
Yes, I did what Ulric does best, killing our second party member, if anybody's keeping count. That he said that Valanthe had sided with the god killer and that she needed to basically face the consequences, and attacked her. And Ulric, being a very strong fighter, barbarian, took down the glass cannon wizard in one round. And when she was on the brink of death, Shadat spoke through her, exploded out of shadow from her body, and she disappeared. That's where we're at. Most of us are in the Crooked Tower. Gwyn was left back at the ship to guard the Stormbringer, so she currently has no context on all of this stuff that has happened. But where Sheev, Leo, and Ulric are going to start with you guys, and Ricard, who's not here today. You guys are in the Crooked Tower, at the base of it. Papers everywhere. Empty plush chair in the middle. And just one singular blackened spot on the ground, as well as blood everywhere where Valanthe had once been standing. What would you guys like to do?
I would like to ask a clarifying couple of questions. So, first
This is a bad
question.
start. This is a very bad start.
We are still in initiative, correct or no?
That's the wrong question.
It's hard to say.
Yeah.
Right now, nobody
No.
is currently
Okay.
hostile, but if anybody is going to go make an attack, then
Oh,
we're gonna put initiative order back up.
I sense a little hostility.
There are no people that are actively attacking at this time, but if anyone's going to go for an attack, then we're going to go back to initiative order.
Cool. I think the first thing that happens is that Ulric kills Valanthe, and it's 9:30 here, so I can't really scream as loud as I want to, but I think that Sheev just lets out, for lack of a better word, an undead scream of somebody who's just been killed again. You killed her! Why did you fucking do that? You killed her! What is wrong with you?
It turned to the dark side.
No, she was in control of herself. I said as much. She was working with him to kill the people that needed to die, and then we kill him. Why would you kill her like that? You didn't even let her speak. You didn't let her tell you what was going on. You just killed her. No mercy, no quarter. What are you doing?
She told me what she was going to do before we came up here. She has sided with the darkness. Who is she, or you for that matter, to get to dictate who lives and dies? She was going to
Who are
strike
you
him
to
down.
dictate who lives and dies? You killed
what are
her.
you talking about?
She was going to lay him low in cold blood. And then what?
Not if we had a say in it.
Who
We
was
could have
next?
stopped her. We could have put a pause to it. We could have. I wouldn't want to kill him. There were 4 of us. No, that's the wrong number. No, yes, there are 4 of us, including Rykard, in this room, who would have been able to stop her. And Aeberad himself, you saw, is a powerful mage. We could have stopped this. You didn't have to kill her.
You've seen what kind of powers that she consorts with. Who knew what she was capable of? She could have taken his life and then ours. Who's to say she would have stopped there? You
think she would kill us? After everything we have been through, you believe she would kill us?
I don't know what to believe when it comes to Valanthe anymore. And if you're honest, you don't either. It was not the same girl anymore. Do you really think that the Valanthe you knew in your childhood would have done what she was going to do here? I think not. But
you set her up. You let her come up here, only to then kill her.
I didn't let her do anything.
Why not stop her? Yeah. Holy God, I almost said Herc. Leo brings up a very valid point here. You knew what she was going to do before you came into the tower, and then you did not. You let her get to the tower. Why not prevent her from coming up here in the first place and avoiding this entire mess?
How do you propose I do that? Against a master?
You killed her in literally 2 seconds, so you could probably have restrained her somehow.
I had the element of surprise.
You wouldn't have had the element of surprise down in the ground area? You honestly believe she was expecting you to attack her? You, Ulric, we have lived and died. She, because of her, she is the reason you are back with us. She brought you, through Cadboro's favor, back to this group, and this is how you repay her, by killing her, without even giving her a chance to explain. That is what you do.
How do you propose the situation goes? She makes an attempt on his life.
Don't kill her!
Well, what's done is done. And for starters, she's not dead. She's with her shadow god now.
How How is that better? That is arguably worse than being dead. The entire point of this whole thing was to use his power and then turn it against him afterwards. That was the entire point of what was going on. I said as much. She said as much. She was under control. And then you do this.
And how would you propose we turn the power of a god on itself? Things were escalating. I took action. I won't apologize for it. If anything, she was a traitor towards our group. How do you know that even if we did stop her here, it would stop her going forward? What if her god whispered in her ear to take the life of one of us? To take the chalices that we have? Better to slay the devil you know than the devil you don't.
Just real quick to clarify, I had greater invisibility going. I am just casting it only lasts 1 minute. I'm going to cast a real invisibility that lasts for an hour. I don't become visible again because the way greater invisibility works, you can cast spells. It just basically removes the greater part and makes it just normal invisibility, but I am still invisible. Just to clarify for DM purposes. I am staying invisible, and I am kind of just standing still. Shiva's just going to stand there, like, invisible, just kind of staring at the black spot on the floor where the probably
and
stood
it's like
before.
Oddly still and quiet in here. This tower is not a super huge area to begin with. You guys are kind of all in this small room, blood on parchment, the overturned chair. Outside it is still raining as well.
We shouldn't discuss this here. We need to get back to the captain.
Oh, you want me to bring myself closer to the person who just killed my friend, my childhood friend, killed her in less than 6 seconds. You want me to bring myself closer to him after what he just did? Who's to say he doesn't do the same thing to me? Oh, you know what? He was getting real close with Valanthe. Who knows? Maybe he's in with the shadow guy. Maybe we gotta kill him. Oh, and then, maybe Hurk's next. Maybe the captain's next. Maybe it's his ship. Maybe he wants to kill all of us and take over everything for himself. How am I supposed
Do you want to get Valanthe?
any
Do
of
you want
you?
her back? Do you want to get Valanthe back?
More than anything. But how am I supposed to do that when the person who killed her is standing unscathed right next to me?
You're not going to be able to do it alone. So either you do it with us.
Oh, I can. I'm sure I can fucking do it alone. I don't care how many times I have to die. I can do it alone.
Yeah. I can appreciate you're upset, but you let your feelings for her cloud your judgment.
How am I supposed to not? We have allies. We develop feelings for our allies. I care for each and every one of you. I even care for you, Ulric. Even though I watched you just murder my friend, I still care about you, your family, your father, your treatment. It is all horrible. It does not give you an excuse to act like this. She brought you to us, removed you from a terrible situation, and this is what you do.
First of all, I would refrain from questioning my allegiance to the mission as well as my alignment. I may not walk in the light of Ingnasia anymore, but I do not dwell nor collaborate with the darkness.
Neither do I!
Valanthe is not dead, but she is lost. We can go and try and rescue her and save her if you wish. But she made her decision when she decided to strike down an innocent man to appease her god. Tell me, if any of us were to do the same in the name of our own god, should I, for example, wish to strike down an innocent in the name of Cadbro, or, in prior times, Rhybohr, can you honestly say that you would not try and stop me with all the force in your hand?
I would try to stop you. I wouldn't try to kill you without asking and discovering why. I would allow you to live, to explain yourself, and possibly get you help. I would not strike you down where you stand.
Half measures, Shiv.
I need. And you know what the fucking worst part of all of this is? You know we have 2 goblets, right? The Cadborough one is back on the ship. Where was the fucking Shinrin-yoku goblet? Who had the Shinrin-yoku goblet? Oh, that's right. Fucking Valanthe had the Shinrin-yoku goblet. Guess where it is now? With the Nightwalker. You don't think. That is why Valanthe and I are the ones who do the fucking planning. We are the thinkers. We are the people who do these things. We discover these things. And you don't. You act. You don't think. We think. Think, Ulric. Think, man. I need time. I need to fucking try and think of any reason why I can ever trust you again. I will. Do not. And he's just going. She is just invisible, going to fly out the window and just leave, and just fucking leave. I don't know where he's going to. I'm gonna roll it here.
You guys see like the flutter of paper as he goes up.
He's going south.
Okay, going towards Ophelia's
He's going
point.
south now. Sure.
Sure. You go out into the
And
rain.
I'll
Get immediately soaked.
I'll look at Leo. This is why you don't develop feelings for your companions or squad mates. Things get
What
messy.
are you talking about?
You know he loved her.
So what?
Gosh.
You made a big mistake, Ulrich. You made a big mistake. She did so too.
We would
Okay.
have turned him eventually. And you can't honestly say that he wouldn't go with her.
I don't know.
And Ulrich will leave as well and head towards the ship.
I assume Ricard would say something along the lines of, I think we all need to calm down and head back to the ship.
Ricard would have 100% sided with me. 100%.
Ricard would have
True.
sided with Ulrich?
I think so.
True.
I think so.
I think let's not make assumptions, but I do think he would probably say something along the lines of people need to calm down.
Yes.
That's fair.
But you can head back towards the ship if you like. Leo, what about you?
I'm gonna I'm gonna sit down on the chair where Ayarad was bound and just stare around the room for a minute or two, and then I'm gonna stand up and say to myself, or to Ricard if he's still there, well, he's not here anymore. I guess we'll just take everything he has and then we're gonna marry away. And I'm gonna check the room for everything that's in the room. That
I'm
might be
so
useful.
happy that you're doing that. I
Okay.
couldn't do it for RP reasons, but I was fucking loot goblining so hard.
Make an investigation check.
Can Rhybohr give advantage on the investigation check? He's still in the
Yeah,
room.
he can help. You guys can look through some things.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's 19.
Okay. Do you kind of go through and like flip through some stuff? You pick up some books that are like covered in blood and you have to move through them. There are like some small chests. There's 3 smaller size chests. One is locked. 2 you can open up. They have more of the what looks like the same type of powder that you guys use to teleport in the fireplace, as well as some other powders, magical components. Yeah. And then one chest has the powders in it, and then the other chest has other magical components. Like copper, pieces from animals, things that would be used to cast spells. You also find 2 spell scroll cases, which you can take if you like.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You're taking it all.
Yep.
Are you taking the locked chest with you, or do you want to try to open it up?
No, I'm gonna. So the dust thing, is that only useful here in the tower? I don't know if this is like an inherently magical substitute or.
It's definitely magical. It's hard to say if it's specific to the tower or not.
Okay.
You'd have to cast that.
I'll just. Sure. I'll just grab some of that. I mean, I guess I can see if it's magical with my Eldritch Sight.
Yeah, you can see. You can tell that all of it, pretty much, all of the powders are magical.
Okay.
The spell scrolls are magical. The locked chest, definitely whatever is inside the locked chest. It's hard to say. The lock on the chest looks to be magical.
Okay. I'm gonna ask Rykard to take a step back.
Okay.
And I will summon my Armor of Agathis. And then I'm gonna try to unlock the chest.
Okay. How are you trying to do this? Because do you have thieves' tools?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Gonna hit it real hard with a stick.
So how do you want to
If
do
it comes down to that, and if I don't find a key or Rykard knows how to pick a lock, then I guess I'll end up trying to smash the lock.
Okay. You do look around. You don't see a key. You kind of mess with it a little bit with some stuff that you have in your pockets. But as soon as you go to touch it, please make a dexterity saving throw.
Natural 20.
Very good.
That's cool.
For 23.
Okay. As you go to finagle it a little bit, it just blows up in your face, and there's this crack of thunder, and you're gonna take 11 points of thunder damage. You do manage to roll out of the way pretty deftly.
Dexterously.
Sure, dexterously.
Swiftly.
Yeah, sure. You do manage to roll out of the way and avoid most of it, but you do get hit by a little bit of thunder damage there. But as it is still locked, but you can try to break it open now if you like. Go ahead and make a strength check.
Can I throw it out the window?
There's no windows at the bottom of the tower. You would have to get up all the way to the top of the library to the windows that are at the top, which is 80 feet up from where you guys are. The Quicker Tower is quite long and tall.
Or where were we in what level?
You were at the bottom of the tower, so you guys were at the base of the tower, which is at the back of that cabin, and then the tower goes up and this, where there's these lines of shelves until the top, which is surrounded by small windows, which that's where she was able to go out and in of because he can fly.
But if I touch, okay, I'm gonna touch it again. Is it still?
Your Eldritch Sight, you can tell that the magical ward is done now. It's exploded. It's been triggered.
Okay. Then I'm gonna. Can I carry it, or is it too heavy?
You can carry
with
it.
Rykard's head.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then it's not super big. It's maybe like this size, like a foot,
Okay.
maybe not even a foot.
Then I'm taking it back to the ship. But before I go, I want to have a last thing where I want to kneel down on the ground and feel the spot where Valanthe poofed away.
Okay. You get a little bit closer to the spot and you touch it. You touch it? When you touch it, some of the black comes off on your fingers, but then it goes up in the air almost like smoke. But it's reminiscent of you remember when you had some connection to Shadat, and you would when you would sleep, that you would be covered in this opaque black. It is very similar to that.
Okay. Then I'm gonna head back to the ship with the chest and Rykard and the other stuff.
Okay.
One last thing that I'm thinking of. I'm gonna write a message to Aerod and leave it there.
Sure.
He probably has some papers there.
Oh yeah, lots of paper.
Yeah, I'm gonna write him a message where I say, basically, we're sorry, we want to try to make amends if possible, and we are still interested in getting back the compost stone, and he should contact us if he gets back,
Okay.
and that if he comes to us, he can get his stuff back.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Okay. Gwyn, you are on the ship. You have been watching the ship for probably like the last hour, like 65 minutes-ish. Anything that you want to do on the ship while the rest of them were off gallivanting?
We've already we're planning on collecting we were planning on collecting supplies in the morning, and as far as I am aware, that plan has not changed, so I would not have gone into town looking for anything.
It was kind of late too.
Yeah, I guess if I feel secure that the ship is not under threat, I would have been in the bottom or in the galley, making dinner for the rest of the party, just waiting for them to get back.
Okay, sounds good. You cook up a little bit of a potato soup.
Yeah.
And you can hear the rain and the wind kind of moving through the ship. And Ulric, you are the first to return to the Stormbringer.
Mm-hmm.
Leo and Ricard behind that, and Sheev, you kind of headed off into the distance. Headed south.
Yeah, I don't really know if he's doing anything in particular except just like maybe just yelling a lot and flying in the air. Probably for the next little bit. I mean, you know, he's got an hour on invisibility and he can cast it a couple more times, so he might just kind of just be floating in the air invisible. I think he'd probably, after a good little while, begin to think about making it back to the ship, but I'd like to check out Ophelia's Point if possible, just I haven't been here before.
Sure. Kind of just a sad, invisible ghost in the night and in the rain.
Yeah, very much so.
Around the island. Ulric, are you going straight back to the ship?
Yes, I will be.
Okay, I do want to remind you that you took off your chest plate and it is still up on Chestnut Hill.
Yes, yeah, I did hide everything away, or as best I could. There's a few things there actually, but I'll come back for them in the morning.
Okay, so when Ulric arrives,
among them a tiger.
Would I have heard him on the boat, like step up onto the ship? Okay, if I hear him, I'm gonna go up to the deck.
Which is another question. Ulric, are you dragging the tiger back with you?
Yeah.
Is it still over your shoulders?
It is, yes, yeah.
Okay, so Gwyn, you come up from the lower deck as you hear this kind of like, and like the
something
wood
weighs
creaking.
500 pounds more than it used to.
Exactly. Yeah. And you see Ulric, no chest plate on, no armor on, has some blood spatter on him, but most of it has been washed away by the rain, hauling this tiger onto the deck of the Stormbringer.
Hello, Gwen.
My jaw drops a little bit. I'm like, I have so many questions, but just come inside, get out of the rain.
Okay.
I'll help you skin that thing.
Well, I'm glad you take such a pragmatic approach to it. Yeah, I'm quite surprised at that, actually. The tiger is not dead. It's a beautiful creature.
Oh.
It's an Ignatian rite of passage.
Wait, that thing's alive?
Make an animal handling check, both of you, if you like.
Is it?
Okay.
Is it alive?
I could not. 9. Fuck. It's so close to 15. Oh, I could not bring myself to slay it, but I bested it in single combat, unarmed. Could you give me a hand with it, please?
Yeah. You guys get a little bit, like, closer. Ulric, you're kind of taking a circle around it, telling her what happened. And Gwen, you lean down and you can see some blood trickling out of its ears. So it does definitely look like it's still alive, but it looks like if it comes back up, that it's probably not... it's probably gonna have some damage, like permanent damage to its brain, perhaps.
I'm gonna look up at Ulric and say, this thing needs to be put out of its misery.
I've got a health potion, but yeah, we could flip a coin.
Do we have anywhere like that could realistically hold it in a cell?
You have
Oh
stables.
yeah, do we have a...
Pardon me?
You have stables. You do not have a jail cell on the Stormbringer.
Bucket. It's been a red day.
I'm gonna give him a puzzled look at that, saying, did everything go okay at the tower? Where is everyone else?
Valanthe is dead. And I killed her.
I don't know.
Chief, I will tell you some of the details, however, as to not sway your judgment, I will wait before Sheev is here, as well as Leo, before we discuss the whole story. I do not want them to accuse me of trying to win you round to my side. But the gist of it is that Valanthe, wooed and persuaded by her dark god, set about to murder Aebalan, and I stopped her before she could. And in doing so, I laid her low, and she was taken by her god, encased in shadow, and teleported away.
We're gone for an hour.
Yep. And I want you to know that I don't regret what I did. But I will speak no more of it until Leo comes and Shiv, and they can have their say. As for the tiger,
I'm gonna tie it up and I'll feed it the health potion.
Okay.
I have slain too many. Today, I will not have the blood of this tiger on my hands.
And I'll tie it up and I'll give it the health potion, if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you kind of feed it into its mouth, and you kind of like hog tie it, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And its eyes kind of flutter open, and it's got these golden green eyes that illuminate in the night, and it's just got this like labored breathing. You do heal it a little bit, but it's just not in great condition. Mm-hmm. And it's definitely just watching you as it lays there on the deck in the rain.
Gwen, I shall name this tiger Valanthe, in honor of our... No, I'm just kidding. It's a bit of a morbid thing to joke about, but I feel comfortable joking about this sort of thing with you. I assure you, you will come to understand why I did what I did. And I want you to know that it brought me no joy.
Gwen doesn't reply. I'm actively concealing my emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to try to move the tiger below deck?
Yeah, go on.
Okay. Okay. I mean, Gwen, do you want to help him with this, or you want to watch him struggle?
No, I'm not helping.
Okay. Just a little bit in shock, I guess. Ulric helps the tiger down the stairs in some regard, but it's more so just like an awkward carry. It takes like several minutes to just get it to the stairs. And during that time, Ricard and Leo show up back at the ship with some loot in hands, looking a little melancholy.
Hi. Did Ulric come back?
He's below deck.
Did he say anything?
Yes. Where's Sheev?
That's a good question I can't answer. Probably off morning somewhere. I'm only okay because I think that we might be able to get her back somehow at some point.
At dawn, we meet in the galley. I need the details, and I need to know why we are down a crew member.
Of course,
I will tell
Captain.
Ulric the same thing. And Sheev whenever I see him.
Understood. And I will mosey off with the chest and search for Hank. Hank? Herc. Why do I not know my own character's name?
What, you're looking to try to get in the chest?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you can, I'm not gonna make you roll for this. You got time. So, that chest, when you open up the locked chest and you get it open below deck, it is filled with, first of all, a diamond.
Worth 500 GP.
Exactly.
Party fund? Party fund?
Okay.
And some other material components, gems, rubies, sapphires, that are meant for casting high-level spells. And it's not like a huge chest, like I say, but it does have the basic components for high-level spells that are gem-related.
That's good. That's exciting. Okay.
Sheev.
Yes.
Make a perception check over at Ophelia's point.
Sure, I'll do it with disadvantage, because I still have a level of exhaustion. After all of this, I still have an exhaustion level. Perception, you said? Alright, why not? 0. Natural 1 for is it? Why not, right? You know? Why not?
Your vision is clouded with tears.
Sure. I think eventually I'd float down to the ground and just like hover above the ground and go towards Ophelia's point. I'm not. I think I'd probably stop near the ocean. So like, if anything's happening there, I'm just gonna kind of just like a ghost, just drift through it until I get to the ocean, probably.
So Ophelia's point is an abandoned dock is what it looks like. There is like one dock going out into the ocean and then half of an old ship on the beach. It looks pretty run down and not used anymore, but as you kind of look at the sand around you, I mean, it doesn't look like people have been here, but it's very quiet. You don't see anything, you don't hear anything.
Cool. I'm gonna go. Can I go inside the busted up ship?
Sure. Yeah, it's like it's not a huge ship. It looks like maybe a fishing boat of some kind, and half of it is like buried in the sand. Then the back half you can go in and sit if you like.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna probably do. Get out of the rain a little bit, because I know it's pouring down, and even though I don't really feel it that much, it still is kind of awkward.
Yeah.
And I think I'm going to do a couple of things. So the first thing I'm going to do is cast a sending to Iharod. They're just going to say, I am sorry, not my intention. We'll talk again soon. Hope you are okay. That's to Iharod. That's the first thing I'm going to do. I only have 2 more 3rd level slots for what I want to do today, so that's the first one.
You don't hear a response to that one, but you know for sure it went through.
That makes sense. And then the next one I'm going to do is I'm going to try to cast Sending to Valanthe, because I know that Sending can technically work on other planes. There is just a % chance of it failing. I don't know where she is or whatever's happening, but I am going to try to send a Sending to Valanthe. Which I think is just going to go... I failed you. I am sorry. I will never stop looking for you, even if it kills me again. I think that's the one that Valanthe gets.
Okay.
If it even goes through. I don't know if it goes through or not.
Liv from France, you're here? Yes. So you do hear this in your head. But everything since the fight has been darkness. But you hear this. It's like you're floating in a limitless space of darkness and you hear Sheev's voice. You can respond in your mind if you want to. Okay. Go whisper it.
So I think other than that, I think he's probably just gonna sit there, wait for the reaction, wait for a message from Valanthe. And I think he'd probably... What time of day is it right now?
It's like 8 p.m., 8:30. 8:30.
Cool.
Keen mind.
8:30. Cool. I think he's gonna just... Because the thing about divination is only within 7 days, right? Yeah, which is probably not gonna happen. Because it has to say it occurs within 7 days. Would you say, I mean, I'm probably gonna cast a spell anyway. I'll waste the 25 gold pieces. For the spell divination, if I'm just gonna put it in the chat just so you can see it.
Sure.
Would you say that, like, actively searching for Valanthe, like, if I were to ask a question to Cadborough, would Cadborough be able to tell me something if it's, like, technically an ongoing thing? I don't know.
It depends
This is a
on,
weird
it
one.
depends on what you ask. I would just throw it out there and see what happens if you want to.
Fuck it, I'll throw it out there. Why not? I'll subtract the gold. I'll cast divination at a 4th level, and I am just going to ask Cadborough because she's in the favor right now. I am just gonna ask: is Ulric going to kill me if I return to the ship?
Okay. You hear back, my champion only kills people with purpose.
Yes.
That's all you hear. A little bit
And
interpretive.
Explain why he did what he did. And I know I get nothing from that. That's not. I don't need anything from that.
You do actually. You're kind of looking
do I?
out towards
Okay.
the ocean, the waves coming in,
Yeah.
and she says, "Your wizard was a liability, and he made a choice to remove the risk. You are hurt. She is hurt. Do not let it deter you from your goals."
She was a part of my goals. The entire reason why I was still doing what I was doing was tied into her. I trusted her to use the power he granted her to eventually kill him and be his undoing. Plans within plans, foiled by those without the foresight to see them.
It
It is a sad day.
You do not receive a response from Cadbro, but you do, as you're kind of watching these waves and watching the rain hit the ocean, you do hear Valenthe's voice back from your sending.
Yes. Yeah.
I will just send it to you on Discord.
She DM'd me. I got it.
Oh, okay, good.
I mean, the spell is called sending.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
send
is.
the
It's actually just a Discord message.
Hang on, let me check my phone.
Yeah, my bad. Sorry. She just always has a phone pulled out for some reason. I don't know why. I think he hears that, and like despite everything, like he's not crying. I don't actually think he's capable of it, just because he's undead. I think he just kind of stares out into the water, and like the tiniest smile appears at like the corner of his lips. But I think he's probably just gonna stay here for the next like couple of hours. I think he's gonna eventually head back, probably around like, I don't know, 3 a.m, probably maybe 2, to get there at like 3. And then he's going to just make sure that before he gets close within vision range, he's just going to cast invisibility again on himself, and he's just going to enter invisibly and just kind of float up on the deck and find a spot where nobody sees him, and he just takes his rest that way.
Okay. You can crouch in the nest if you like especially invisible. Nobody would.
Actually, yeah, I think that's probably a good idea. I don't have to climb. I can just kind of float up there.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, that's a good idea.
For the rest of us, you guys kind of have a solemnly shared dinner of potato soup. Maybe some of you are in the room, maybe some of you are not. But is there anything, like Sheev does not come back throughout the night, so is there anything that you guys would like to do before you head to bed?
The food is lovely, Gwen. Thank you. I will see you all in the morning.
I say, hold on. Ulric, wait. At dawn, we need to discuss this. Leah and I are meeting here at dawn. I want you to be here. We have things to discuss.
I will be there. I have a few things to say. Before we continue this anyway, let us all say our piece and get on with this.
And I'll go up to bed. And I'll feed the tiger on the way to bed as well.
This fucking tiger is so cool. I love this tiger.
Our concussed predator.
There's this random hand that Ulric found on the island. He's gonna feed that to the tiger. Whoever that belongs to.
Oh, what about the rest of us?
I'm gonna do something quickly. We don't necessarily need to play this out, but I'm gonna have a look at the gems, and I'm gonna choose one that's not necessarily expensive, but interesting looking. And I'm gonna try to contact Valanthe and bring her that gem as a sort of thank you for her alliance and in exchange for the diamond that she gave me.
Okay. There are a couple of pearls in there. You know from your interaction with Valanthe and like being in her little loot cave that she does like pearls. If you want to grab one of those.
Yes, then I'll take one of those.
Sure. And you can make a roll a D100 for me, please.
Ooh, okay. I've got some special D100.
Oh, cool.
It's 19.
Okay. So, you kind of put this pearl out into the sky. It's like you hear the rain coming down on the ship, and there's like this like bubbling sound in your ears, and the pearl disappears. She seems to have accepted it graciously.
Then I am happy with that.
Okay. We head off to bed. I would like you guys to make to take a long rest. To make a long rest.
Make a long
to
rest.
Take a long rest.
Make a long rest check.
Yeah.
Make
Oh
a
my
long rest
God.
saving throw.
After
the
tonight?
freaking exhaustion is gone. Good lord.
I'll be right back. Actually, I'll set you guys up for this next scene so you guys can at dawn. I assume that Gwyn is the first one there in the galley. Maybe just like pacing a little bit, eager to get this conversation and get some answers. She did not know about this, but you would start to hear the sounds of voices.
I'm
quite
not
early.
leaving the crow's nest for a little bit. I'm gonna just sit up there for a while.
So at dawn, I assume you guys show up. Ricard shows up. Leo and Ulric, and Gwyn is waiting for you guys there. I'm just gonna run to the washroom.
Where is Shiv?
Haven't seen him.
And I'll just start shouting his name.
I just went on mute.
Oh, I'm just staying in the crow's nest for a while. I'm not coming down. I'm just gonna be up there. Also, I'm using the restroom. Be right back.
We all need to be here before we have this discussion. Captain, what do you suggest we do?
I'd like you to start from the beginning.
The party and Leo, interject if I speak out of turn. I don't want to paint this in any form of light. The party went to the wizard's tower to see what aid they could give him and to understand his predicament. From what I gathered, he did not want Valanthe there, as she was corrupted or under the influence of Shadat. I, mesmerized by the tiger, went to fight it in single combat, which I did, and I triumphed. I came back, and I met with Valanthe. She was different. She had a cold aura about her, and said that she was not allowed in the room with all of them while they were talking. She then proclaimed that she was going to kill the wizard. It was then that I knew she must be stopped.
Wait, Valanthe went to kill Aeberad. Do you know why?
Under the directive of Shadat.
Do not say that name again.
Under the directive of her dark master.
And was this the only reason? Was there did she give any other explanation? She was doing this solely for the reason that she was directed to by her patron. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes. I said that I would not intervene. She had made up her choice. She then went in first and struck first. Rhybohr tried to stop her with an enchantment spell that would render her unable to fight. But it was counterspelled. This is why I think it's important that Shiv is here, as he has some explaining to do as well. Seeing that she was not going to stop, I had to put a stop to her. I want to say my piece when Shiv is here. I think it is only fair that he has his say, and I have mine. Then, Captain, Leo, you can cast your judgment then.
If Shiv doesn't want to be found, then we'll never find him. But if what you say is true, that Valanthe was going to kill this man in cold blood, she needed to be stopped. However, the lengths to which you went to stop her were wildly over the top. Yes.
I, unfortunately, must disagree. Think of it this way. She had already cut off her hand in offering to the god killer, who aligns himself with individuals who commit wanton slaughter. Who are we to stand idly by while she takes innocents' lives?
You're right, we do need Shiv here. We do.
I'm gonna also try and shout for him and see if he reacts, if he comes out. We need to have this talk sooner or later.
I'm gonna go up to Gwen.
Anyways.
I'm gonna go up to Gwen and grab her, not grab her by the arm, but my hand on her shoulder and sort of pull
Grab her
in
by
a
the
little
arm.
bit. And pull her in a little bit.
Suplex her.
Listen here, bitch.
Listen here, bitch.
When, just as insidious as the creeping of shadow has been into Valanthe, as is the love for her that has seeped into Shiv's heart, there is nothing wrong with loving another. I know that just as well as anyone, but his judgment is clouded. Take that into consideration, please.
I'll just nod solemnly.
As this kind of interaction is happening, Leo is yelling out for Shiv. Shiv, you do hear them yelling for you
I
from the
know.
nest.
Yeah. How much of a bitch does he want to be about this? I'm trying to think. I think what he's gonna do, I think he's gonna cast another invisibility spell on himself, just in case. But he's gonna go and walk into not walk. He'll float. He'll float into the room, and just kind of wherever they're standing, he'll stand on the opposite side of the room, as like far away as possible, near a wall, because he can phase through it if he needs to, just to get out of there.
It doesn't render him undetectable by senses. Can I make a perception check?
Yes, you can.
See if I can.
You
Yeah.
can make a stealth check.
May I roll a stealth?
Yeah, so
and
your
I
stealth
actually
check will be at
frickin'
advantage.
get advantage this time because the frickin' exhaustion's gone.
You get advantage to being spotted.
Yeah, he has advantage on stealth checks.
Sorry. Okay. No chance.
21.
Yeah, no shot. Okay.
Yeah, it's
But you'll hear me talk eventually.
Okay.
Yeah, this interaction is like Leo kind of goes up a little bit to try and take a look, and when you get up to the upper deck, Leo, and you like call for him, you don't see any signs. The weather has cleared up a little bit. It's just kind of gray, overcast. Make a perception check, Leo, actually, as you also...
I had an 8.
An 8, okay. Yeah. But he's just too lithe.
You wish to talk?
Still invisible, correct?
Yeah, you guys hear this
Yes.
voice in the corner of the room.
So my head snaps up and I'm looking around. I'm trying to pinpoint you.
Talk.
Reveal yourself, Sheev.
Why can't I
No.
see you?
Sheev,
I cannot trust myself to be visible in his presence.
in case you do what?
It has nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with you.
Oh, don't feed me the line, Shiv. You're just as likely to turn on us as you did back then.
Ulric, that's enough.
You don't know anything.
You said you would
about
let him
me.
speak. Let him speak.
You don't
Shiv, I
even
need to
know
hear what
my
happened.
real name.
Go and Sheev talk.
What do you want me to talk about? I have nothing to talk about or say or apologize for. I need to understand why you did what you did. And then I will talk.
Valanthe was, it's true, deeply involved with the Shadow Walker. You cannot deny this, Sheev.
I never have.
Captain, if I may. Sheev. Valanthe lost the right to explain her actions when she succumbed to the orders of her shadow god. She was going to take that man's life in cold blood, and you know it. She has aligned herself with a murderer, both in principle and action, and the god butcher as well, who has killed how many innocents? The exact reason that we are all here and brought together. Why we all were summoned at the start. She has sided with forces against us. And then what comes next as well? Valanthe has already cut off her own fucking hand. Where does it end? Half measures, Sheev, get people killed. And you can dress it up however you want, but she struck the first blow. And Ricard, and I'll point to Ricard, tried to stop her using harmless enchantment magic, but you stopped him. Her blood is on your hands just as much as mine. You wanted it to go on. Let me ask all of you this. If you were to sit there and idly let Valanthe kill that man, how many more would you let her kill before you stepped in?
Did you see what I did, Ulric? I tried to resolve the situation peacefully. I had him protected. I know firsthand what she went through and how alluring this Shadow Monster Master is. It's difficult. It's complicated. and she made a mistake, but so did you.
I'm gonna look in the direction of Shiv again. I can't, again, not exactly sure where he is. As I was saying, Valanthe had aligned herself with the Shadow Walker. This we cannot deny. She was deeply involved in his inner workings and clearly an agent of his will. This is also true. Whatever her internal motivations were, she was enacting his will on this world. This is true. We cannot deny this. However, there are ways we should have gone about dealing with this to try and help her to escape the clutches of this frankly terrifying evil monster. We cannot undo what has been done, but maybe this can present an opportunity for us. Leo escaped by losing his life and being brought back. Maybe we can do something similar for Valanthe. It is not over, and I'm not asking you to make peace with anyone in this room until you are ready. But please do not count us out as a lost cause. We have options here, and it's also true that we would have eventually had to free Valanthe from the clutches of this monster. And if you believe that there is any world in which anything less than death would have saved her soul from his grip, then you have been lying to yourself.
I have told myself no lies. I explained to Ulric in the moment that there are reasons why certain people plan and certain people do not plan. There are people who think things out and there are people who do not.
Go on, Shiv, say what you really want to say.
What do I really want to say?
Don't hide behind your fancy words. Say what you want to say.
I think that killing the person who saved you from a terrible situation is fucking stupid. I think you have the capacity to be an intelligent being, a person who can do the smart thing and can do the right thing, and in your life, up to now, you have not done so. You are wasting your potential as a tactician, as a thinker, as a leader. That is what I think. There is no fancy word to cover for that. You have killed my childhood friend, Valanthe. You do not even know who I am, who I was. She did. She called for me, she called for you, and before even giving her a chance to explain herself, letting the situation cool down, you struck her down. She did not get to say what she intended to say. Gwyn is correct. She was absolutely in the grip of the of Shadat. I didn't say that. That's
Oh no,
It's too sad.
fuck.
Say you admit it yourself, Shiv.
Yeah.
And also say what you wanted to say after she was standing in a pool of that man's blood. Do you think that makes sense?
It
And
would
tell
have
me,
never come to that.
why should I turn a blind eye to senseless murder just
Never
because
saying you should.
someone brought me back? No, you said that I killed the person that brought me back. Her
Yes.
bringing me from one hell into another does not mean that it gives her a free pass to slaughter innocents under my watch.
Did I say that I would want you to let her kill him? I didn't want him dead. I don't want her to kill him. I didn't want her to kill him. I
why
wanted her
didn't you-
to be stopped from doing so.
Then why didn't you stop
Do
her?
you know why? Because I did not know what magic was being cast upon Valanthe. If
And
I
you
had
think-
known what the plan was, I would not have stopped it from happening.
There was no time for a plan.
If we're putting our cards on the table, that probably was a mistake by me. I'll admit that. I am not infallible. I have made mistakes in my life. Never have I betrayed a friend like that. Never.
Ricard isn't typically one to cast harmful magic on his allies, is he? He is typically one that seeks peace. Fair?
Typically, yes.
You might not know what he was going to cast, but he made it fully clear that he wanted to calm the situation down diplomatically. I personally think that you wanted her to kill him.
Throwing out accusations like that is not helpful, Ulric.
That is a gross misrepresentation of everything that I have said. And if
Makes
you
no
wish
sense.
to continue down that path, you are more than welcome to do so. But I do not see how that ends in a positive way for me, and I do not see why I should continue to sail with you if that is the case. I have admitted my mistakes. I have admitted that I am a fallible being. I have died and come back to life. I have made many mistakes in my life, but never have I stuck my head in the sand like this before. This is... I do not know what you expect me to do here. What? I ask of you, Gwyn and Leo, I take the person in your life who you care most about, and then have somebody who you considered an ally murder them in front of your face without any chance to react. How do you think you would go about living your life?
That is a gross misrepresentation, but keep twisting the situation.
He wasn't asking you, Ulric. He wasn't talking to you. Chief, I cannot say to you what that feels like because I have not been in that situation and I don't wish to be. I know that you're hurting and you have every right to do so. But you know that you always have to look at the big picture. We all want to kill the shadow monster, still, and we all want to bring Valanthe back, free from its grasp.
What if I said his name a third time and brought him here? Maybe he would bring Valanthe back. Why not just do that now?
That would be something you would do, wouldn't it?
We can't afford to make any more deals with this thing. Ulric, Sheev has admitted to his mistakes in this event. Can you, for the sake of us as a party, as a crew, will you kind of just admit that death, wholesale slaughter, was not the way to go about stopping Valanthe? Can you understand why such a drastic measure is not proportionate to how the situation was at hand? Do you understand that?
Less than lethal strikes could have sufficed. Yes.
Okay, we are at...
There we go. End the sentence there. And we're all good.
We have all made mistakes. This is a drastic situation and one we will fix at our soonest opportunity. If we want to continue
Everybody make perception
saving
checks.
shit.
What
We
check?
want Perception.
Perception checks. But feel free
How
to
do
keep
you
going.
fix this?
If we want to continue saving this world from the blight that has beset it,
Let's go, Tom.
we must
20.
not allow this to get in our way. We will save Valanthe, maybe even save her from the grip of this monster entirely, and continue to do the good work that we have been doing. Can we do that together? I'm not asking you to make peace. Sleep on opposite sides of the boat for all I care. But is this going to present a problem?
We are all unanimously in agreement of what we must do and where we draw the line. Then that is something that I can do. And it will not be a problem.
There was
But
one
no
problem.
more half measures.
There was one main problem with the whole thing at the tower. We didn't have our captain there. Ulric,
As much as I value Gwyn's opinion, I do not believe that was the problem at the tower.
No, but that might
There were
have
many problems at the tower, but I do not believe that was
that might have
main-
led to a different ending. What I want to say is, Ulrich, that you are not at all the moral compass, and you haven't really ever been here.
Are
Looking back
any of
at-
us the moral compass? You made deals with multiple different creatures. Gwyn is a pirate. I am a spy. Ulrich is a murderer. Are any of us the moral compass of this group? I don't fucking think so.
Ulric and
Listen,
Gwyn.
I'm all for a ooh-rah-rah speech, but fuck, make it accurate, please. God. I'm tired of people saying shit without fucking thinking, doing things
you
without fucking
hear-
thinking.
Boot falls outside. Ulrich, you hear this before anyone else. Sounds like boots coming down the stairs that you know that lead back up to the Tavern Row in Surak Square. Gwyn, you hear this just a little bit after Ulrich. You guys both hear metal boots.
I immediately put my gun to my hip, or my hand to my gun on my
I
hip.
put my gun to my hip. Oh my god! I shoot myself. This Pokemon was confused
enough.
and hurt itself.
I'm putting my hand on my gun.
Okay.
Leo, you should not blame the situation on Gwen's absence. She was needed at the ship. And I hear footsteps above as well.
And I will go and investigate.
I'm following Ulrich out the door, but as he leaves, I'm hanging back, looking in the general direction of Sheev. Again, he's invisible. I'm saying, we may be in a crisis right now. Frankly, we need you. Help us deal with this, and we'll continue this conversation.
Not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna follow behind invisible.
All right.
Okay. Ulrich, as you come up to the upper deck of the ship, followed by the rest of you, I would assume, you see right at the edge of the docks 3 knights of Rhybohr, fully clad in armor, with huge Sirachian steel swords hanging at their sides. One of them in the middle with a sword that points towards you, Ulrich, as soon as you come out, and they say, "Stormbringers! How dare you? You've made an act against Ingnasia, and you will pay for your crimes. Come willingly, or we kill you where you stand."
Can I ask a quick question? Sure. Which way is the ship facing?
Yeah, we pointed.
But that's
You guys are ready to sail, and you could sail if you wanted to sail.
No.
Well,
I'm not even thinking about that. Is the
are the
runic
cannons
cannon
facing them?
You guys would have come in.
We would have
Yeah.
docked forward.
Yeah.
The
so
runic
no,
cannon is facing inward, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
I am gonna go to the runic cannon, and I am if no one stops me, I'm just gonna shoot them.
invisible.
with
We
both.
can't see you.
Yeah, I am not even fucking dealing with this shit right now. I want to shoot them with the runic cannon.
Okay. Everybody roll for initiative.
Cool.
Great.
Oh, wait, hang on.
Awesome.
I gotta clear this. Now you can roll for
Yeah.
initiative.
I'm never getting my stuff back.
No.
No, that
you're
shit is
fucking
gone.
I tried.
Okay, where do I roll for
What did you
initiative on
put
this
there?
new?
Was it just plate mail? What did you put there?
It was so much stuff. It was like
Pull up.
plate mail, my sword, my
shit.
no
way.
my riding saddle, all of my like consumable items.
Wait, how do I roll for initiative on this new thing? I can't find it.
Your profile picture underneath it to the left.
Got it.
I still forgot that too.
Oh, nice. Alright.
Damn.
Damn, I'm on 11. Shit.
5, dude.
No, I know.
To be fair,
Good.
I only rolled a 6 in real dice.
I'm gonna
Oh
put
no.
Ecrius
Fuck,
in here
can you
too.
Can you drag live onto the page just so you can see the
Yes.
action?
Yes. Okay. Let's roll for Ricard as well. Okay, we all in?
Yeah.
Okay, Acreus actually is gonna go first, but he is, you guys from the upper deck, he's sleeping, and he just gets up from the cot, and he's able to dash up to the upper deck, and he's, what the hell's going on? And he looks at the knights, and he goes, ah! Kill him!
Yeah, sorry, real quick,
yeah.
do I get the cannon shot off beforehand, or
Yes, yes, so go ahead and roll for that.
no? Okay, cool. Sweet. I know these guys are tough, but if we can just fucking runic cannon them, like, sure.
Yeah.
Why not? Okay. Runic cannon.
Is the Stormbringer
Why
an initiative as well?
Fire.
It is not, because you guys are not sailing, so you would have to use your turn to, use the runic cannon.
Okay.
There we go. Now we're gonna roll. It's a 12
Okay.
in a cone.
Mm-hmm.
And it's 48 damage. 28 thunder and 20 cold.
That's some damage.
That's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage.
Jesus.
Those are just my portent dice for today. I have a 17 and an 8.
Sorry,
It's a
just
siege
one second
weapon.
here. Okay. Sorry, how much was the damage in total?
48. And I'm just gonna, as I do it, I'm just gonna just call out the Cadbro. I'm not gonna yell or anything, but I'm just gonna be like, "Your subjects are fighting Ignatian soldiers. Any help you can give would be appreciated. I shoot this cannon in your name. Blah blah blah."
Charming.
I am melancholy.
Okay.
The most devout of followers.
The runic cannon, you go up to it, invisible, and I actually think that this wouldn't drop your invisibility because
Let me see. I think it kind of does. It's not me making the attack, but
anything the target is wearing, the spell ends for a target that attacks or casts
a spell.
Yeah, okay, you're
it's up
using
to
your
me.
spell casting ability, so yes, it does drop the invisibility. But
Okay, cool.
it's there's these runes that light up on either side. This and this huge cone of thunder and cold blasts out, and all of the knights of Rhybohr, they hear the runes tick, and they all dive out of the way, but they do all get caught a little bit by this cone and do take some damage. Yes. Leo, you are up.
I should be further down.
Oh, sorry, what did you roll?
I rolled a 6.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Ulric, you are up.
Ulric is going to do what he does best and rage, and he is going to walk up, and he's going to target the first one in front of him, and he's going to make a standard. Actually, so sorry. I'm going to. No, I'm not going to rend Earth because it will get everyone. I'm going to make a standard great weapon attack against the one in the middle.
A standard what? Sorry.
A standard longsword
You
attack.
have a sword.
I do. I still got my great sword. I never left that.
Okay.
I have 2 short swords that I did leave though.
Okay.
Sadly.
I've got that added in, yeah, because I had dropped my inventory to below 50, and all I've got to my name is that sword.
That
a
is
book,
going to hit.
23, and I'm going to add, if I may, as I run up, target up this guy, I'm going to parry, parry past some of his attacks. So as he's going to strike me, I'm going to slip his guard, twist his arm round, and as I'm sort of trying to drag my sword across his chest, I'm going to get under to his armpit. I'm going to try and flick his sword out of his hand, as I'm going to use a trip attack. I didn't take disarm. Fuck. And I'm going to so you need to make a DC 16 strength saving throw. Let me actually just I don't know why it's 11. Oh, sorry. Yeah, DC 16 strength saving throw. Otherwise, he's falling prone.
So, are you trying to disarm him or trip him? You're trying to trip him.
No, trip. I thought I had disarming attack, but I fucking don't.
Okay. He fails. So you can't.
Fails?
Yes. Yeah. So you come around and you get him in the ankle.
Get it, and I just trip him up, and he falls down prone, and he's going to take a whopping 12 damage because I reroll ones. Fantastic. And I'm going to use my blood frenzy, and he's going to take an additional 7 damage plus 2 for rage damage. He's going to take a whopping 21 damage, but that's not all, because I get to attack again, and I'm going to attack the motherfucker to his left with a greatsword attack.
Okay.
And that is going to be a fuck. There's something in my eye, but fear not, because I'm going to action surge as my second attack glances off his armor, and I curse, thinking, my god, I've got 3 of Ignatium's brightest and best in front of me. If I don't buck my ideas up, I'm going to the butcher's yard for sure. Fuck. My final attack. Really sweating now. Yeah, 24. Is that going to hit?
That's it.
Fantastic. And again, I'm going to try and trip him up for a DC 16 strength saving throw.
So you're hanging. Sorry, you're attacking this one now. You see my cursor?
Yes, the one at the top. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you're trying to trip him too. Okay. Okay, he does make the save. As he sees you do this to his companion, and you go over and you try to make that same kind of move, and he steps out of the way. So he's not tripped, but you can go ahead and roll for damage on that attack.
Fantastic. And this is going to be 11 damage, because it's 2 more rage damage. And that will be the end of my turn.
Okay. All right. Are you wearing a shirt?
No, I've got
Put a
15 AC because of
Let's go.
Full himbo.
unarmored defense. So I've got
Alright.
15 AC.
So, Ulric comes screaming out of the ship, sword in hand, and just goes full out at these guys, and they're kind of reeling from the runic cannon. They seem a little surprised. One of them goes down. The other one manages to just parry Ulric's sword from tripping, but does take some damage from his sword. Okay. You're good. Ulric?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
Yes. Yeah. Sorry, that's my turn over.
this guy's turn. He runs onto the ship. And I will say the ship is... Okay, I'm going to draw something out here. So just give me a second.
Drawing with Sparky. Our favorite weekly session.
Okay. Let me just move everybody over here for a second. And we have the plank over here. Runic cannon right here. Oh, that's nothing. You guys, bring you back over here. Okay. Sheev, I'll move you to the front. We'll just put ourselves around here. Feel free to move your tokens as you see fit. Except for you, Sheev. Because you're kind of locked in.
Oh yeah, get rid of my
location
exhaustion
there.
level. I don't have any more.
I'm just gonna give everybody... I'm gonna give you vision, Sheev, because you should be able to see everything here.
Yeah.
Anyone else can't see? Everyone else is good to go, right?
Oh, good.
Okay, so we're about here. Okay, which brings us to this guy. So he is going to run onto the ship. There's this the steel boots coming up the plank. He manages to make it all the way up. Leo, he's going to attack you. You are the first person he sees. And it seems like they are being pretty indiscriminate. Okay.
I will say that I do have an 8 in my divination die today, so if one of them is going to be a hit, I'm going to try to turn it to a miss by making them roll an 8 on the die, but I don't know. They're usually pretty beefy.
They're
I don't know if an 8's enough.
capable. What is your AC, Leo?
15.
Oh, then that's not going to probably do
It
it.
would not be enough. Okay. But you can use it. But maybe, like, with your intelligence, you take a look and you're like, fuck, this isn't going to make a difference.
Yeah,
anyway.
no, I think I'm going to hold it then. Yeah, I know these guys are beefy
One
boys.
of these, he lays into you, Leo. It's a critical hit. You're going to take... Oh, boy. Hang on, I'll just roll for all of them.
It's okay, we still got Rykard with us. And Acrius. And Herc.
The first hit, he comes up with this Sirachian steel greatsword that just slashes and hits you like right in the chest, Leo. And he comes back up and slashes you up the other way and down your front for 3 attacks.
So actually, I don't know how far he walked, but I still have my rebuke of the talisman that I can do. So after the first hit, I can push him 10 feet away from me.
Sure, go ahead.
And deal 3 psychic damage to him, which just happens.
Does
I
he
don't
have to
know if
roll
I can
anything
choose.
against the rebuke?
Nope, it just deals the damage.
And sorry, what was the psychic damage? 3?
Just 3.
Okay. So
And then I can push him 10 feet away. I don't know where that. I probably can't push him over the overboard.
you can try.
Would be pretty
you can
nice.
Try to angle it. But he would still have some control. But the first attack hits, which is going to be 24 points of damage.
Okay.
But after that, you push him back over here. Which, in that case, he's going to turn both of those attacks on Gwyn. His other 2 attacks.
Whoops.
Thanks, Leo.
So
Awesome.
I'm just going to use the same rolls, unless somebody wants to try to interfere here. There are 2 more attacks. He just like slides back this like the metal of the boots against the wood, and he turns and just slashes at whoever's closest by. Gwyn, you're going to take 22 points of damage on the first hit, and reels back for a second hit for 19 points of damage.
Okay. 22 and 19, you said?
Yeah.
That's crazy numbers.
Awesome.
Yeah,
These guys are
very
insane.
Okay.
They do die, but they're insane.
They are insane.
And that's one of their hits. That's one of their turns.
It's insane.
This guy is going to also move onto the ship. 20, and then be about 30 feet for him to get right to here. He is gonna attack you, Leo, as well. Take 1. And then he's gonna attack Acrius, I think. Okay, I rolled shit on that damage. So 10 points of damage from the first attack for you, Leo. And then he turns around and swipes at Acrius. And he growls out loud, "You guys are gonna regret what you did to the steelhead." way Ecrius has enough AC. But he could try to shield, maybe. Okay.
Just real quick, does Ulric get opportunity attacks on those guys if he wants to take them?
I would, but I don't want to.
Oh, you don't want to? Okay.
No.
Ecrius
You're
gets
saving your
laid
reaction.
into here as the Knight of Rhybohr cuts at him. And for anyone that can really see him, so I guess Leo and Sheev, Ecrius is absolutely frozen with fear in the face of this Knight of Rhybohr. And that brings us to this guy who is going to attack Ulric.
Mm-hmm. Oh, good.
Okay. What's your AC?
15.
15. Yeah, because you're unarmored right now. Okay.
Yeah.
So they're all gonna hit. And you want to try to do anything?
No, but I do take half. No, there's nothing I can do, but I will take half damage because I'm raging.
Okay. And this guy. All right. Come on. So that was if I rolled the same on every single one. That's 36 points of damage to you, Ulric. But
Okay.
half it for yourself.
Okay, so 18. Fantastic. So
Is he
60.
just gets up from the ground after you trip him, and just you guys go toe to toe with the swords here, and he manages to get a couple cuts.
Yeah.
Okay, that brings us to Sheev's turn.
I'm gonna kind of look over the bow and realize that I can't really hit them anymore because they're not focusing on Ulric. They're focusing on the people on the ship, specifically Ecrius and Gwyn. So, what I'm gonna do, excuse me, is I'm gonna turn around, give the one that's nearest Herc and Gwyn, so I kind of sad little look. And I'm going to cast Polymorph at it. And so I'm going to just kind of whip my hands up in an arcane kind of whirlwind, I guess. And then Sheev's magic now is going to be a little bit darker than before. It was like kind of silvery and like bright before. Now it's silvery, but like with a very kind of dark black undertone. And I need the guy to make a DC 16 Wisdom saving throw.
Sorry, the one by Herc?
Yeah, the one by Herc and Gwyn, the one
Okay.
that's in that little, yeah.
DC 16 Wisdom save. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, he fails. What are you going to turn him into?
Wonderful. I don't know what exact fish there are in Root Coast
kinds.
that I would have seen, but I'm going to turn him into like a harmless like carp or something, and he's going to flop around on the deck, and I'm going to just yell out, "If you wish to live, do not touch him, do not hurt that one, keep it on the deck. It will wake up if anything adverse happens to it."
Okay.
And with that polymorph, that takes one of them out of the fight right now. That'll be the end of my turn.
He's like just reeled back from chopping up
Oh,
Gwyn.
actually, I lied to you. She was going to float 15 feet up in the air to get out, hopefully, of being hit by the one that's near Ecrius. So he's going to be just 15 feet up in the air.
Okay, sounds good. This Knight of Rhybohr is just spattered Gwyn with her own blood and reels back, and then there is this, and it flops onto the deck. It's like golden colored carp. Okay, very good. What do we want Ricard to do?
Heal Gwyn.
Buff or heal, yeah.
Heal Gwyn, probably.
To
Could
long
probably
rest?
buff right now, and then heal next turn, probably, I think.
So
Just because the one near her is polymorphed, so
Yeah, and I'm planning on putting some distance, or I won't actually. Let me not metagame.
yeah.
yeah,
If he has a buff,
do we want him
buff.
like what do we want him to do? He's got hypnotic pattern, he's got polymorph as well, he's got aid, he's got suggestion, dissonant whispers,
Actually, polymorph
Heal
on the
word.
one next to Ecrius would actually be good. Because that way we can focus on the one attacking Ulric and then do them one by one. That actually it wouldn't be a bad idea if he polymorphs the one by Ecrius into a different animal. I mean, it's up to you guys, but I think that's a good idea as well.
Yeah, I think that's.
Cool.
Yeah, let's go for it.
okay. So
And I don't know what their wisdom is, but I'm pretty sure it's not +8. If need be, I will divination this to be an 8 on the die.
okay. Yeah, he fails anyway.
Cool.
But yeah, he fails anyway. So okay. What are we going to transform him into another fish or sheep?
Yeah, what would Rykard do? It'd be something poetic, right? Because he's a writer. So
Sure.
like, I'm trying to think of something like poetic that he would do.
worm.
Yeah, a worm would work probably, but like hopefully a big enough one so we don't lose track of it. Like I'm thinking like a big old worm.
Like a big fat earthworm. Okay.
Yeah,
Big old worm.
Yeah.
big old worm.
Okay. And it just like and there's a small worm in place of what was in front of Ecrius. Okay.
And as that happens, she will yell out once more, "Focus them down one by one. Kill the one by."
Okay. Leo, you are up.
Yes. I have to look up a word. I love indifferent chief. Indifferent chief is a, is a vibe.
Yeah, that's about it right now. That's
Just
about it.
during the battle. Hey guys, you know the drill. Focus one down. It's just great. Okay, with the time bought now from these two successful polymorphs, I breathe a sigh of relief and I turn towards the one that's down near Ulric. I'm gonna reach out a hand and Hunter's mark him
Okay.
as the sort of dust swirls up from the ground, and sort of this smear almost across his face appears, and then I'm going to, with my still outstretched hand, touch to my amulet, and I'm gonna Eldritch Blast him twice.
Okay. Sounds good. Gonna make those attacks.
That's a 21,
21 is gonna hit.
and the other one will not hit. So that's one hit for 6. Wait, is it 6? It is 6, right? Yes, for 6 plus 5, that's 11, plus another d6 from the Hunter's Mark. That's another 6, so 17 force damage.
Okay.
Plus, he is because it's my Eldritch Blast have the Lance of Lethargy effect. His movement speed is reduced by 10.
Okay. Sounds good.
He also feels really silly because he's the only one that's not a fish right now. So he feels
He feels really
actually.
self-conscious.
That's what it is. Yeah,
He brought a
suffering
sword
in
to
a
a fish.
disgrace.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, you kind of channel this. There's this dust that comes across his helm, and and one of them just socks him right in the chest, and he does seem a little hurt for sure. Very good, Gwyn. Your turn.
Excellent. Sorry. Okay. How much movement speed would it take for me to get up into the crow's nest?
About 25.
Okay. I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
And then I'm going to just make a weapon attack. For the sharpshooter feat, I need to I've got to say that I'm using it before rolling the attack roll, correct?
Yeah, I had to double check the wording there. Before you make an attack, yeah, you can choose to take a -5 penalty and then add +10 to the damage.
Okay, gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna take a -5 on my attack roll with my pistol.
Okay, so you're going up to the nest. Go ahead and make that attack. Okay, so -5.
For 23.
23. That will still hit.
Excellent. Damn. Okay, so that's 22 total.
Very nice. You clamber up to the crow's nest, and you line up the shot with this knight that is toe-to-toe with Ulric, and you find a slot in that armor right at his collarbone, and there's this spurt of blood as you hit him with a bullet. And make another attack.
Is he still standing?
Yep.
Okay, then yeah, make another attack. Again with sharpshooter.
Okay.
Okay.
That is unfortunately not going to hit with sharpshooter.
Okay.
You try to line it up, and you're just a little nervous. You're going to hit Ulric and hit the ground instead.
That's okay because am I out of actions?
Well, you have
Okay.
action surge, right? Because you're a fighter, right? You have action surge?
Right.
Yeah. So you can do that if you want, but you have to use it.
Okay. Would I need to action surge to use second wind right now?
Second wind is a bonus action, right?
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, so no.
Right. Then I'm gonna do that.
Second wind?
Mm.
Okay. Are you also action surging? Or are you
No.
Okay, so you're just gonna get a little healing?
Yep.
Sounds good. Okay, you kind of crouch down in the crow's nest and heal yourself up a little bit. Okay. What do we want Herc to do?
I mean, Toby can probably tell us best, but I assume probably just heal.
I agree. Toby can take that.
But Toby can take it.
Wait a minute.
Put on the other accent, boy. Let's get this done.
I am really too tired to do anything of the sort.
What the accent?
Do you know kind of what spells he has?
Yes, I've got the sheet here.
Okay.
Honestly, I mean, he's a smart guy. And the one, like what I wrote in the text chat is, if he takes the worm and he tosses it in the ocean, in the massive armor these guys wear, he's probably not gonna be able to get up from the ocean floor, right?
Yes, but you know what is better? If we kill them one by one, take their armor, take their weapons, and burn them alive.
Well,
Two can play at indiscriminate murder games, friends.
I guess it's more fun to just enlarge Ulric, probably.
Ooh, yeah. I think that's very fun, actually. I love seeing big ass Ulric just beating the shit out of things. one of my favorite pastimes, actually. As long as it's the enemies, and not our closest, dearest lovers and friends. Besides that, it's my favorite pastime.
Other than that. So you're gonna enlarge Ulric?
Yeah, he's gonna move up a bit to the front of the ship, so that he's closer, and then he's gonna blow in his finger and point it at Ulric and go, "Whoop!" And he's gonna whoop, scale up.
Okay, sounds good. I made his token bigger.
There you go.
Okay. All right. That brings us to Acreus's turn. He kind of looks around. He's like bleeding from his neck a little bit, and he just touches to his chest and heals himself.
Maybe now you'll listen when I tell you to do things.
He says, "What do you mean? I always listen."
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he's just gonna. Why is this like this? Jeez. Okay. Okay. He just stands up a little bit straighter. Is there anything else he can do here? That's not really that useful. Okay, not really. So he is just gonna move around the worm over here. Okay, that brings us to Ulric's turn. Big ass Ulric.
Big Ulric is going to
ass
do what Big
Ulric.
Ulric does best, and he is going to again. This time he's going to make great sword attacks against him, Grower Master attacks against him. So will a 22 hit?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Woo-hoo.
Again, big numbers, boys. For 21 damage plus, I get my blood frenzy again. Roar, for an additional 6 damage plus 2, so he's going to take 29 damage. And what's more is No, I'm not. I'm gonna leave it. I'll make another great weapon attack though. With Great Weapon Master for a 14's probably not gonna hit, is it?
It does not.
But will it hit? Why is it not rolling anything? It's a D8.
You
I'm
add
pretty
a
sure.
superiority die?
Yes, I do. Will will an 18 hit?
18 hits.
Nice. And that is going to do 26 damage.
How do you want to do this?
So
fucking
as me and him
dudes.
are duking out, and I'm just massive at this point, and I'm just swirling my two-handed sword about more like a long steel club more than anything, and I'm just going to crack open, sort of splintering and shattering his right knee, causing him to fall to the ground. And with my sword, I'm just going to half chop, half just lop off his head in one fell swoop.
Okay.
And then I'm going to take my movement and position myself here, ready to intercept any blows and end my turn. But actually, no, not before I second wind as my bonus action.
Okay. As this huge form of Ulric, and you come down on this knight and you bring him to his knees and just chop off his head, and it rolls. The helmet does not come off, but his head, full helmet, rolls on the docks. Okay. Very good. Brings us to this guy, which he can't really do anything. They can't, it's limited in actions and can speak, cast spells, take any other actions. The guy who is the fish, is trying to flop overboard. And the worm is like inching towards the edge of the ship as well.
Cool.
Sheev, it's your turn.
I am going to use this turn as tactical. I'm going to point to the one nearest to the south one.
Okay,
The
worm.
one,
Yeah.
the worm. And I'm going to look to Rykard and I'm going to say, Everyone, prepare to attack this at once on my signal, and we will kill it, and then move on to the next one. Understood?
Yep.
Wonderful. All right, let's just do this. And Sheev's gonna hold an action for the next round. Basically, just before his turn, he's gonna fire off, and everyone else's held actions are gonna go off, and we're gonna try and kill this guy. But he's gonna hold a firebolt spell.
What's the trigger?
Or-
When he comes back up as a knight?
No, the trigger will be Sheev's own voice after Ulric's turn. Basically, like Sheev's called shot is what the trigger's gonna be.
Okay. That brings us to Ricard's turn. So we want him to drop the concentration on polymorph.
No, have him keep it up. Actually, sorry, I said that wrong. The trigger will be Ricard releasing polymorph, and then after he does that, it'll go off, and everyone else's attack will go off. That's what I meant to say. But yeah. So I'll have him hold it until I tell him to, and then if he has an action, have him heal Gwyn.
Okay, so just
Like a
for ease of purpose here, the concentration is dropped by Ricard after this, okay? So anyone who wants to hold an action to attack the knight, let me know now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Everyone?
Me as
Okay,
well.
then we're going to go in order. It's not going to be an action to drop concentration, is it?
no, you can just do
You
it.
can just drop it, right? So Ricard would actually attack first, but is there something like we want him to attack, or something else we want him to do?
He can actually attack. He has a rapier, right?
He does. Yes.
Just have him bonus action healing word Gwyn, and then attack with and hold his attack with the rapier.
Okay. Level 1 healing word. Level 2.
That's up to Gwyn. I don't know how hurt she is. Do a level 2.
That response.
The hesitation was enough.
Huh?
Okay, so you take 12 points of healing from Ricard.
I was about to say, you take 12 points of damage.
12 points of healing. And then rapier attack.
Sure.
I don't think that Ricard is super experienced with his rapier.
He can get down and dirty with it. Why not?
But it's just gonna miss. Unfortunately,
No, it's all right.
But that's okay. Okay, that brings us. Oh no, sorry. Actually, that does hit. Haha. Okay.
Let's go,
That does hit, so
Ricard.
I'll have him roll for some damage. 4 damage.
Hey, every bit counts.
Yep. Okay. That brings us to Leo. What type of attack would you like to use?
So as a bonus action, while holding the attack, I repositioned my hunter's mark on him,
Okay.
and then I have my Eldritch Blast,
All right.
which I have an 18 and a 22 for attacks.
Okay, they both hit.
Then it's 13 plus 10, so 23 force damage.
23 force damage. Sounds good. You just sock this guy as he's like just come up and his head like barely lifts before he's attacked by rapier and 2 Eldritch Blasts. And then I would assume a gunshot from Gwyn.
Me.
Go ahead and roll for those attacks.
Okay.
.21 shall hit.
Should I roll another attack or just do damage now?
Roll for your damage first. It doesn't really matter. Whatever order you want to do it in. Okay.
11. And my second attack I will make with Sharpshooter.
Sounds good. Go ahead and
Okay.
Okay, so it's -5. So that will not hit the second one.
Right.
A little bit difficult from the crow's nest, but these 2 shots go off right after the Eldritch Blast. Do we want Herc to attack as well?
I think yes, right?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Does he have something he can attack with?
Sure.
Throw a
He has
barrel
his
at him.
he has his crutch that is his staff basically, and he is an artillerist, so all of his cantrips go extra hard.
Okay.
So he gets an extra D8. What does he have? He has a ray of frost. Let's go with that. As these ice crystals accumulate on the tip of the crutch as he lifts it and points it like a rifle.
Okay.
Um,
Go ahead, Sheev
that's
and
a
Ulric
16.
as well to make your attacks.
Oh, cool. I will roll then.
The 16.
16 does not hit. So Ray of Frost just like bounces off the ship deck.
23.
Yeah, that shall hit.
Only for 9 fire damage, but 9 is better than 0.
Yes, it is. Okay. Gets this firebolt like right in the face. He leans away. Okay, and Ulric, you're holding an attack as well.
Yes. Yeah. Is this guy prone or not?
He's not prone.
No.
Okay, I'll just make a standard attack. Wait, with master attack. For 14, I will not thingy that, but I will make another one. For 15, I will use my final precision attack to turn that into a 23. Is that going to hit?
23 hits.
Yeah, sure. Nice. And he is going to take, rerolling that one, for another one, 24 slashing damage.
All right. 24 slashing damage. Okay. Okay. Word. Okay. Any bonus actions that anyone wants to throw in there as well for their held?
Can I make a? Oh, is this guy still standing? How hurt does he look?
He looks hurt.
Okay. I'm gonna action surge, and make 2 more attacks if I can.
Okay. It's kind of hard to tell, like, how hurt he is because he's wearing full armor, right? Like, head to toe.
Right.
But definitely blood is dripping from his fingers, from the sword. And he's just been rocked by firebolts, gunshots, Ulric's sword. Go ahead and make 2 other attacks if you like.
Okay. This first one I'm not making with sharpshooter.
Okay, that shall hit.
$15.
Yes. Okay.
And
Hit him from above. Mm-hmm. He's kind of swaying.
the second one I will make with sharpshooter again.
Okay.
Damn.
Unfortunately.
I'm not gonna. There's gonna be a 17 on the die, so you have.
It's still
it'll
like
actually be
it's still -5. So
27 minus 5 is
20.
Wait, 27.
I made it a 17 on the die for instead of a 2, so it ends up being plus 10, right?
Yeah.
3, 3, 2, 2. So it's 27 minus 5 for 22.
Sorry, what? What's your divination die?
17.
Your die is 17?
Yeah.
So you're adding 17 to the roll?
No, but
No.
it replaces the 2 with the 17 instead. And
Oh,
then
I see.
Gwyn's to hit is plus 10, so it's 27 total minus 5 for the sharpshooter. For 22.
Okay, that will hit.
Thank you, Sheev.
Yeah, Sheev will just kind of channel a little bit of his innate undead energy and reroute the bullet to hit.
How do you
For
want to do
25
this, Gwen?
Awesome. From the crow's nest, the wind in the whipping her red hair around, she slowly aims a pistol down and closes one eye as she lines up the barrel with the dead center of this Knight of Rhybohr's forehead, pulls the trigger as the kickback launches her wrist back into the air, and the bullet whizzes through the air, crushing the metal of his helm and splattering his brains into the sea behind him.
Sounds good.
Nice.
He's like leaning back over the side of the ship, head hanging. He is dead.
Let's go.
That's why she's the captain.
Ruined that helmet. Sorry, guys.
It's all good. You can't wear it without fucking melding to your skin.
Okay, that brings us over here. Again, we cannot do anything. Sheev, you're up again.
Yeah, I'm just gonna tell everybody that reposition that's the wrong accent. Reposition yourselves and prepare to kill this one once I drop my concentration on this spell. Let me know when you all are ready, and I will do so.
Is there any merit to talking to them?
I think we should
Absolutely
take.
not.
I think we should take this one alive. Because I'm big.
Yeah.
Oh,
Big
it's
lord.
extremely shocking that you would say that you take this Knight of Rhybohr alive over your own friend and ally. Interesting. Interesting decision.
Circumstances, Sheev. Let's not be petty.
Do you wish to take it alive again and treat it better than you treated Valanthe? I am okay with it if the entire crew votes to do so.
Fuck no, we should kill this guy. What would be the purpose of keeping him alive?
We can drag his corpse, no, his screaming body behind the ship. A suitable offering to Cadbro.
You see Gwyn pause and consider this. If someone else agrees.
I mean, at this point we can take them. It is irony laughing in my face, but sure. Do we have rope? Do we have chain to tie this ridiculous entity to the back of the boat?
If you give me an hour to go and get my stuff, we do.
Nah.
It will turn back
We should
into
kill
a
this thing. We
person
should kill this guy. Let's kill
within
him.
less than an hour.
Let's
Very
kill
well.
him.
I think we kill it, and I think we spike its head on the ship. Sound good?
Yep.
Wonderful. Whenever you are ready, I will drop my concentration.
Ready.
Aiming with my gun. I'm ready.
Alright.
Okay, you drop the
I'll let
concentration.
Is Hurt gonna stay in melee range, or is Hurt gonna move a little bit?
He's gonna take a step back.
That's mainly what I was asking. Okay, cool.
Anyone who has a held attack can go ahead and make it.
Cool, then I'm gonna make my firebolt attack.
A 15 is probably not gonna hit.
15 does not hit.
Oh, nat 20
Ooh.
That'll certainly hit.
for a whopping 37 damage.
That'll hit.
Whoops, I did not mean to do that.
22 will absolutely hit, so...
What the frick do I keep pressing the wrong thing?
7 fire damage from Sheev.
And then that's... Oh, I didn't say it out loud. My second attack... It's fine. Can I make my second attack with a sharpshooter, or should I...
Yeah.
I didn't say it out loud, so...
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Okay. What the frick is going on here? Why is this not rolling? Record.
Hmm? Ooh, 24 damage. Let's go.
I know. I like this thing.
Sharpshooter's freaking good.
Mhm.
It's an interesting thing because, like, from a balance perspective, it kind of gets crazy late game because you got like plus 1,000,000 to hit, so it almost
Right.
always works.
Okay, so
But-
I'm leveling them.
give me the everyone's damage.
37.
Okay.
7
24.
fire from Sheev.
Okay. And sorry, Gwyn was 24.
24.
And Leo? Did you-
12 force.
12 force. Okay, and did her
Yeah.
kit?
No.
Okay, he is still up. Huh. So, he has a turn. Heyo.
DM finally gets a turn. Hey yo.
Yeah. Okay, so Ricard would have had to move closer. Ulric would be right in his face. Yeah. Okay. Okay, he's gonna try this. He's gonna make a sweeping strike and try to attack both of you at the same time. For a 30 to hit. So Ulric and Ricard, which I will put in Ricard's health here. Can take 18 points of damage. Unless anyone wants to do anything.
I can't do anything, so.
Okay, and then he's gonna put the other two. I guess he's gonna see Ricard as the. I don't know. He'll just split them between you guys, because why not? He's an even guy.
He's an even guy.
He's a fair thinking type of fella.
He's a fair guy. He's about to be a fucking dead
Okay,
guy soon enough.
19 to
So.
hit on Ricard and 21 to hit on Ulric.
Wait, Ricard's AC is 19.
No, 19 to hit, so he rolled it.
Oh.
Okay. Ulric, you will take 20 points of damage. And Ricard's going to take 12 points of damage, which is bringing him to 23 health. Okay. That brings us to Sheev's turn.
My turn. All right.
He's looking hurt, for sure. He's been blasted a couple times. As you guys know, these guys are pretty tanky, but they're not impossible.
Yeah, I'm not gonna cast Fireball on the ship. That's a bad idea. The wooden ship. That's probably not a good call. I am going to, however, 3rd level magic missile.
He looks at all of you as this is happening and bleeding, blood coming out of the helm, and he says, "You have all backed the wrong side. You will burn!"
I'll believe it when I see it. I'm
He is going to
standing-
take 20 force damage.
Ingnasia will soon be 6 feet underwater.
I'll believe that when I see it. And with that, Sheev, these magic missiles are going to kill him.
Wonderful. I am going to, if you'll allow me a little bit of fun flavor, I'm going to say that I summon more than just the 5 missiles, or the 4 missiles, rather. No, sorry. It's 3rd level. It's 5 missiles. I just summon a bunch of them, and I'm just gonna run them through his armor like just a bunch of times, like almost like a cheese grater,
Okay.
and just absolutely just melt this guy's skin through the armor. And I'm gonna look at Ulric and stare at him while I do it, and just go, "Listen, those are the enemies. You kill them, not me. Understood?" And
God.
yeah, end of the round, end of the combat. I think.
Goes right through.
Chief, Stop acting like a petulant child. It doesn't suit you. If you want to hash this out, we can hash it out. But enough with your petty words. They're not helping anyone or doing anyone any favors.
Now they're making
They
me
are
feel...
helping him.
Yeah, I feel fantastic now. It's the best I've felt since you killed my best friend.
And on the ship,
Huh?
you have 2 dead bodies of Knights of Rhybohr slumped against the sides. One of them with his brains dripping out the back of his helmet, and one on
Yeah.
the docks in front of you guys. And distantly, you guys can hear more boots heading your
Yeah.
direction.
I'm gonna ignore the cat fight happening on the deck and just wave my hand in the air. We make for sea.
I will be content with 2 of their heads, unless you wish to grab the 3rd body for a spike, Ulric, if you wish.
I'm moving to
I
the
can't.
wheel of the ship.
Okay.
I don't care.
I'm just gonna go back in the ship.
I don't have time to get my stuff.
Can I try and rip the armor from 2 of the bodies?
Yeah, you can try. You try, and you can't.
Okay.
Try to take it
sure.
off, but it's fused. First of all, fused together, and then as you look more detail, I mean, you know this. You served in the Ignatian army. The Knights of Rhybohr are fused to their armor.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. No worries. No worries.
Gwen, you go down to the wheel, and Ecrius and whoever wants to help him take up the plank of the boat. And you guys, with the sounds of approaching Ignatians in the distance and the cleared out Knights of Rhybohr from around you, head back out into sea.
Are they within 100 feet of the shoreline by the time we leave, or are they further than that?
They are not. You cannot see them right now.
Okay, cool. I was just gonna fire off some runic cannon shots at their approaching bodies, but if they're not that close, then I won't do it.
They are not that close. As you guys set off, and at the impassioned wheel, Gwen, you just need to think of a location and it'll take off.
Yeah.
So what are you thinking of?
Right now we are headed vaguely north.
Okay. You just think that in your head, and the sails that are like dragon wings puff out, and you guys scramble to get the ship ready as fast as possible and sail out and away from Port Surak. The Knights of Rhybohr that you see behind you gather on top of the cliffside and watch you sail away. With one less party member than you guys landed here with, you set out into the Ignatian Sea. And that is where we are going to end this session.
Yes, indeed.
Yoy.
Well done. Listen, that's the most. I'll be honest. That's the most Knights of Rhybohr we have killed at one time.
Yeah, you guys
We
are level 8
almost
now.
got TPK'd by 2 of these guys back last campaign.
For sure.
They're brutal.
If
These
you guys can lock them up, it's okay, right? But if they can get the free
Yeah.
swings, then they just, right? But they have weaknesses. They are if you're able to lock them up with magic, like the polymorphs were great idea, then we're good.
Yeah. We did hold person last time, I think was what we did, but yeah, you have to fight them like what? You can't fight them as a group. You have to fight them one by one.
You just can't let them get hits off, right? Like, because if they hit, then it's a lot of
They're
damage.
they're definitely
I don't
killable.
know. I've got 170 effective HP against these guys, so I can tank for days.
Yeah, but they don't only hit you. They're not dumb, which is unfortunate. Like, if they were just like completely dumb brutes, that'd be great. But they actually do have like battlefield tactics, so they hit the squishier people if they can.
In future, you guys can stick by me, and I can intercept damage each turn as well. Yeah.
Make a job, you guys. Hopefully Live France will be back next week in some capacity. The Ricard's status is a little unknown right now. Hope maybe we'll have him back for like a session or two, but might not be with us for the foreseeable future. Very sad. It's more sad when you lose someone that can't play in real life, more so than losing in characters.
Yeah.
But it is also very
Think about
sad.
that, guys.
Let's just put things into perspective, right?
Oh my
But
God.
it is also very sad that what has happened to Valanthe. But, you know, you guys, I don't know.
Oh, don't worry. I'm going to be a bitch about it for quite some time to come. Don't worry. It's not a one-session thing.
Honestly, there will come a time where Ulric will just say, okay, throw hands.
Yeah, I do think that this is going to reach a point of, like, I don't know, is there going to be a fist fight? Or
And now we're trapped on
It'll
a boat.
probably. It won't
Sheev
go
in
like
a
that.
fist fight? I don't know.
He'll just hit Sheev. I don't think Sheev can do anything about it. He'll just get punched, and that's
Yeah.
fine. He may need that. Honestly, he may need that
Oh, man.
for himself.
What a time.
It was fun.
What a time to be alive, or what a time to be undead.
Man, what a time. Be
Okay,
undead.
well, I'm going to end the recording. Thanks for watching, YouTube.
Okay. Thanks, YouTube.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you, YouTube.